Find the tree of minimum value. You can move these things around. If I go to my translating tool, grab an arc, you can move it wherever you like. You can also move the vertices around. I can move it like that, move them around like any which way you like. If I want to find the tree of minimum value, I'm going to go to my arc tool and I'm going to find the smallest arc, the arc with the smallest weight, 3. After the 3, I don't have any 4s, any 5s, but I have some 6s. 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, and I can use them all without making any circuits. After the 6s, I have a 7, but I can't use this 7. If I did, I would get a circuit that went from B to D to C and back to B. We can't have a circuit, we can't have that 7. I'm going to put a little X through the 7 to say that I've looked at it, and we can't use it. After the 7, do we have any 8s? Nope, but I've got a 9, and I can use this 9. Turn my pencil tool off. I can use that 9. This 9 I can use, and then I've got a pair of 11s. I cannot use either of them. If I use this one, E to B, notice that it makes a circuit going from B to C and then back to E. We can't have that. We can't have that. This 11 I can't use because F to C, then to D, then to F is a circuit as well. Back to F, completing the circuit. We can't do that. We can't use this 11. And that's it. So this is our tree of minimum value. It has a weight of 30. Let's press enter to see if we're right. Let's start with the smallest is 1. I'm going to start with the 1, the next one. Do I have any 2s? I don't have any 2s, but I've got some 3s. Putting that 3 connects these together. This 3, I have a new branch here, B to G. Any other 3s? No other 3s? I've got a 4. Any other 4s? Any 5s? I have a 5 here, but I cannot use it. If I do, I would get a circuit from A to C to E, down to D, back to A to complete the circuit. We can't have this 5. A little X to remind me that I've already looked at this. After 5s, do we have any 6s? No 6s, no 7s, no 8s, but I've got some 9s. I can't use this 9, and I can't use that 9. If I went B to D, up to E, down to C, then back to B to complete the circuit, we can't have that. This 9 is out. This 9 is also out. If we went D to G, down to B, and from B to C, from C to E, then from E to D, completing the circuit. That 9 is out. 10. I've got a 10 here, which we can use. 11. I have an 11 here. Can't use it. If I did, we would get a circuit that goes from D to C, and then back to E, down to D, completing the circuit. We can't have that. This 11 is out. Then I've got a pair of 12s. Both of them are out. This 12 would go from F to B, then if we went to C, up to E, then down to D, then back to F to complete the circuit. We can't have a circuit, so we can't have that 12. This last 12 we can't have because E to G, down to B, over to C, back up to E, completes the circuit. And we can't have that. This is our path diagram. Here, I'm just going to erase. Here's our little tree diagram. The weight of our tree of minimum value is 22. Then we press enter to see if we're right. Tree of minimum value, do I have any 1s? No 1s. Looks like my smallest weight is a 3. Let's start off with this 3. Then we have a 4. Then we have a 5. We have another 5 over here. No arcs yet. Do we have any 6s? Nope, but I've got a 7. That is going to connect this EB to ADF without making a circuit. 7, any 8s? I've got an 8 here. Can I use it? I cannot. If I did, we would end up with for this 8, E to F, F to D, D to B, B back to E, completing the circuit. We can't have a circuit, we can't have this 8. This 9 is good. Any other 9s? We have no other 9s. We have a bunch of 10s. Can I use this 10? No, I cannot. C to E, E to B, B to G, G back to C to complete the circuit. We can't do that. Can't have a circuit. This 10 is right out. What about this 10? It doesn't work. From F to C and C to G, G down to B, then B to D, back to F to complete the circuit. We cannot do that. This 10 is out as well. We have this 10 is also out. If I went A to E, then E to B, B to D, back to A to complete my circuit, which we can't have that 10. Then I've got this 11, which is out F to B, B to D, forms a triangle circuit, B to D, back to F to complete the circuit. We can't do that. This 11 is out. This 11 is out as well, because we went F to G, G to B, we get a nice trapezium looking thing, to D, back to F, which completes our circuit again. That's out. This 11 is also not good. E to D, D to B, back to E to complete the circuit. That 11 is out as well, and we have looked at every possible arc. This is our tree of minimum value. There's our tree diagram. It has a weight of 33, and then we press enter to see if we're right. And that is it for level 19. Have a good day.